Comedy legend Lucille Ball and actor and musician Desi Arnaz are one of the most famous couples in Hollywood history, thanks to their legendary 1950s TV series I Love Lucy. But when they first got married, they tried to keep certain aspects of their relationship a secret, for fear of causing a scandal that might derail Ball's career. Their terrible secret? She was several years older than him. Okay, so that doesn't sound particularly terrible to modern ears, especially since their age difference wasn't all that big, and he wasn't even really all that young either. But when they got married by a justice of the peace in Connecticut on November 30th, 1940, things were very different. So the fact that she was 29 and he was 23 was something they wanted to keep very quiet about. The couple had met in Hollywood during the filming of the RKO movie Too Many Girls that summer. From the start, their relationship was volatile and passionate. It was also something they wanted to keep secret. While the two were already deeply in love, they still denied to the press that their romance was serious. And then in Connecticut, after Arnaz slipped a cheap brass ring he'd gotten from the five-and-dime store Woolworths to seal their whirlwind nuptials, the couple lied about their ages on the marriage license. Ball was nearly 6 years older than Arnaz. She was born in 1911, while he was born in 1917. But when it came time to fill out the marriage license, they decided to meet in the middle. Both of them changed their birth year to 1914, so that the world at large would think they were the same age, 26. It was still a big risk, and one that neither of them could really afford. When Ball met her future husband, she was struggling to further her Hollywood career. Before heading to Los Angeles, she had been a model in New York City who used the stage name Diane Belmont. Meanwhile, Arnaz had come from money, but fled Cuba for Miami with his family as a teenager following a revolution in 1933 that left them destitute. He held a string of menial jobs before making a name for himself as the musician who introduced conga line dancing to America. That, in turn, landed him a role in the 1939 Broadway musical Too Many Girls, a role he reprised a year later in the film version opposite Ball. The actor Maureen O'Hara, in her book *Tis Herself, an Autobiography, recalled that when Ball first saw Arnaz at the movie studio, she knew her friend was smitten. In O'Hara's version of the meeting, Arnaz snubbed Ball, calling her the queen of B movies, who would be bad for his career. But in a separate version of their first meeting, described in the book The Real Story of Lucille Ball, Arnaz saw Ball on the set of the film and commented, "What a hunk of woman." However their first meeting actually went down, they were soon enraptured by each other. 6 months after they first met, Arnaz was back in New York City performing with his band. Ball was also in town and he came to her hotel, where she was in the midst of an interview in which she denied their relationship was going anywhere. Minutes later, he popped the question. Although the couple managed to hide their age difference, when I Love Lucy premiered in 1951, there was no hiding that they became the first interracial couple on television, at a time when interracial marriage was against the law in many U.S. states. The hit show ran for 6 years, followed by 3 more under the name The Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. Behind the scenes, though, things weren't so funny. By 1960, Ball had enough of Arnaz's drinking, affairs, and self-destructive behavior.
I married a loser before. He could win high stakes. He could work very hard. He was brilliant, but he had to lose.
She divorced him, though they continued to work together. They had 2 children, Lucy and Desi Jr., 2 days before his death from lung cancer in December 1986. Ball's heartbreaking final words to Arnaz were "I love you," which she repeated over and over. Ball outlived Arnaz by 3 years, dying of a ruptured aorta in April 1989.